Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is December 28th, 2022, and there's been tons of volatility in the DXY, the US dollar currency index, as well as Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market. Is this an immediate prelude to a large move? Here's why I believe that is, okay? I'm going to show you what I'm seeing in the charts, why I'm seeing a big move as a result of the volatility that we've just gotten in the past 24 hours. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Hope everybody's doing well today. It's a nice, bright, and sunny day in the DC metro area. All right. Let's start with the DXY. And I'm on the 15-minute chart, small time frame, okay? Because we're really talking about this moment in time. Okay, look at this volatility. And I don't want to go any smaller, but okay, we gapped down here the other day. We talked about that yesterday. We gapped up and we filled, or not gapped up, but we filled that gap, okay, right here. We hovered up here and we came all the way back. Sorry. We came all the way back down to this base in a quick move and back up again. That's volatility. And then back down and back up. That's the volatility. When people say volatility, sometimes they use it synonymously with a move up or a move down. No. Volatility is literally this. Either direction, it doesn't matter. You're going up and down quickly, right? And you're ranging a lot of times, but this range is very important. And what is this range, right? I don't know how useful it is to try and read this on a small time frame and say, oh, this is an A wave and this is a B wave. Like, this is really complicated, okay? It can get really intricate. I don't think it's a high... I don't think it's an exercise in futility, but I don't think it's a high probability read, right? So I wouldn't even bother. Okay, what I would do though, or what I will do, I'll say, is let's zoom out for a second. Let's go on the 4-hourly time frame. Start with that. Okay, if we want to make sense with what's going on here, right? What we just saw on the 15-minute time frame. Let's just zoom out. On the 4-hourly time frame, now this makes a little more sense. Again, we can see our head and shoulders pattern, likely a bearish construction, okay? Now, in context of that, this just seems like a retest of this right shoulder height, okay? So you have a head, or the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. The height of the right shoulder is right here. That is resistance. This seems like a retest of that breakdown. That's all that is, okay? So zooming out will provide some context. Additionally, going in on the hourly time frame, I see that this is likely to yield a continuation of this trend. Very important, right? Again, I don't know how useful it is to try and break all of this down and try to read, AB basis or whatnot from this. But if you zoom out, what you can see quite clearly is that a trend has been established. This seems like a consolidation of some sort where you're ranging, you're going up and down within the confines of a well-defined range. And your next likely move is a continuation of the trend that you used to get into this range. You see, it's like a trend, intra-wave correction, trend, okay? We see this all the time in technical analysis, right? I don't know what they call it. Do they call this a flag? I think it's a flag, something like that, okay? So this is what I'm seeing, okay? Using some indicators on the hourly time frame, we're topped out, meaning overbought, or overbought. Yes, that's correct. Overbought on the hourly time frame. Overbought on the 4-hourly time frame. Overbought on the daily time frame. Likelihood is that this continues down. Okay? That's what the indicators are saying on the hourly, the 4-hourly, and the daily. Okay? If this indeed continues down, this is a massive move for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and stocks and all risk-on assets. Because remember, keeping all of this in context, you have a larger head and shoulders here, okay, on the higher time frame. All this has been ever since November. It's been a consolidation, and again, using the same reasoning that we use on the hourly or 4-hourly time frame, I forget, was this is a trend, intra-wave correction, trend continues. Again, the daily stochastic RSI, our main momentum indicator, is telling us this trend is likely to continue to the downside. And if this trend continues to the downside, this is likely to herald or to, what's the word I'm looking for? To activate, there we go, activate this pattern, the technical target of this pattern, which is a breakdown of this massive head and shoulders on the daily time frame for the DXY. Okay, so that is my DXY analysis on the high time frame, on the small time frames, and why I'm seeing this volatility that we can see here on the 15-minute time frame as being a presage or a prelude to immediate moves in crypto and in stocks and bonds and all that stuff. Okay, now on to Bitcoin and looking at what this means. Okay, so on the thumbnail, I circled this. First and foremost, I want you to really notice, excuse me, this level, this blue box or blue rectangle rather, that designates or denotes our support zone. Okay, that has been maintained throughout all of this. Okay, let's zoom in a bit. Okay, so all of this volatility has happened while still maintaining the integrity, the structural integrity of that support zone. Okay, and remember, why is this support so important? Zoom out real quick. Let's get rid of this. We don't need it right now. This is simply the support created by this move here. Back then, okay? Back early November. Okay? We broke this to the upside, came back to the downside. That's it. Can't get any more simple than that, right? Obviously, we're going up and down and consolidating as prices want to do when it wants to reverse trend, right? You have to put in that AB base, right? 2 degrees of AB basing and a pivot. But at the end of the day, all you're getting is a retest of this support right here. And the fact that all of that volatility in the DXY, massive volatility, doesn't break that support is a really good indication for continuation to the upside. Again, if you want to boil trading down to one phrase, one idea, one concept, it's simply you buy on support and you sell at resistance, okay? If you're at support, this is technically, fundamentally, theoretically, the ideal buying opportunity. You're buying support, right? And because you're likely to move up and out from your support regions, okay? So that's the technical analysis for Bitcoin. Excuse me. Nothing's really changed. Sorry, got something in my throat. Nothing's really changed since yesterday. Oh, I've got water here. All right, great. Nothing's really changed since yesterday, except that we've put in all of this price action, this volatile price action, at this range. Very good indication for continuation. Also, like I said yesterday, if you want to get into the weeds and count the AB bases, this is 1 degree, this is a 2nd degree, and this is your pivot. Okay, and I said this yesterday, that we were likely in the stage of forming the pivot. So this is exactly what it looks like. So we should be breaking out from here. So all of that volatility in the DXY and in Bitcoin should result sooner than later in a move up and out of this region, of this support region. Okay? Really quickly, checking in with our indicators. On the hourly time frame, we're just about reaching oversold territory, okay? It's like right beyond the midpoint of this band at around 40 on the stochastic RSI score. You're going into oversold territory. And that, if we do turn around from here, that creates strong bullish divergence, okay? On the 4-hourly time frame, we're completely oversold, completely bottomed out. On the daily time frame, completely oversold, completely bottomed out. On the weekly time frame, completely oversold, completely bottomed out. On the monthly time frame, completely oversold, completely bottomed out. I think you guys get the point. The indicators are saying this is a generational buying opportunity. Okay, not just for Bitcoin, but for cryptocurrencies at large. So that's how I'm playing it. That's how I've been playing it. I think the best investors, I'm not saying everybody has to do this, because it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of attention to detail. Best investors are accumulating positions at these moments, on these support levels, okay? And just waiting for the move, protecting against downside, right? Not something everybody can do. It's very, very challenging, especially when you're talking about trying to do that for some altcoins that for instance, like RSR, where it's not forming a strong level of support, because on the high time frame you're dealing with some sort of corrective pattern, right, that goes something like this. So you don't really know where this is going to bottom out, because if this is an A wave and this is a B wave, then this B wave can go all the way 1618 Fibonacci retracement levels of this A wave. So it's very hard to build that position. But do you see what I mean? Every asset is going to be a little different. Bitcoin's a little more predictable in how it's basing, how it's on support. Cardano is another one that's a bit challenging. Like, when's it going to stop? Just like, not unlike RSR, as you can see, like this chart for Cardano is not really helpful, but let's just, since we're talking about it, I'm going to show you. Let's do the Bitfinex. Okay, that's better. So yeah, kind of like RSR, if this is a 5-wave move and this is a 3-wave move, right? We know typically any 5-wave move up and 3-wave move down typically find support at the 0618, okay? And let's get rid of this so I can pull this, whoops. There we go. Okay, so I would pull it probably from here. Okay, so any 5-wave move and 3-wave move down typically find support around the 0618. But anywhere from between the 382 and the 618, and then it can wick down below the 618 a little bit, right? So it's tough to say, oh, this is where it's going to find support, because this pattern can technically find support anywhere within the range of 65 and 20, let's see, 65 and 22 cents. So it's tough to say, oh, okay, I'm just going to buy here, especially if you're doing it on leverage or margin, okay? So not everything's exactly the same, but on the smaller time frames rather, even these assets, RSR, Cardano, seem to have found some support, okay? As you can see, at least in the short term, you're creating, see here on the hourly time frame, you can see you're creating this strong range, which is potentially a reversal range, right? 2 degrees of AB basing and a pivot that you can potentially read from this. So that's Cardano. Ethereum, same thing. You know, you have your range. We've talked about this before. I'm not going to belabor the point because I show this pretty much every day. Same thing with Litecoin. Algorand looking really good, and it's looking like it's threatening to break the upper resistance. Let's do that better. Algorand's looking really strong right here. Let's put in a channel here, like so. Something like this. Okay? So you see, Algorand's threatening to break this channel to the upside, which is really... this channel now is simply the same channel that you see in Cardano on the hourly time frame, except slanted, right? It's a consolidation reversal channel, 2 degrees of AB basing and a pivot. And in some assets that are not as strong, that exhibit some weakness for some reason, you'll see it slant down and to the right. Now, Algorand is looking to break it to the upside. That is a really, really, really good indication of breaking a very high time frame bearish pattern, okay? So this is what you're seeing. This is why this move is promising. Like, it's showing in the charts, okay? It's showing lots of promise in the charts. Okay? Let's keep going. We talked about Cardano. Dogecoin, just as we've said with these ranges, you're still seeing these consolidation reversal ranges, okay? Obviously, if this fails, this breaks down. But if this is a consolidation reversal pattern, what you're going to see is what you saw in Algorand. You're going to threaten to break it to the upside and eventually break it to the upside, okay? Dodo's another one of them. You know, this range you could see throughout the market, okay? The markets. XRP, same thing. And RSR we already discussed. And synthetics, last but not least. Again, little bit of a slanted range, but a range nonetheless. Okay, so what you're looking for is for obviously Bitcoin to continue up, break its range to the upside, which would be representative. Let's put that in nicely. Let's see. Something like this. It's not perfectly straight, but it'll have to do. So I think Bitcoin's breaking of its ranges, recovering the $17,000 mark, okay? That is Bitcoin breaking its range to the top side. And if that happens, then it's very likely that it continue to the upside, okay? A failure of this would be a breaking down of this region to the downside, okay? Which would be breaking 16.5, okay? But you can apply this for all of the assets, right? Not just in this watch list, but throughout the cryptocurrency markets, you want to break these consolidation ranges to the top side and continue, okay? And that really exhibits bullishness. And thus far, with the DXY doing what it's doing and breaking down methodically from this channel, right? This accumulation distribution channel, looks like. And with Bitcoin putting in all of this volatility and all these altcoins putting in the volatility, and like things like Algorand really showing themselves to threaten the top resistance of their ranges, it's likely that that happened. Okay, let's take a peek now at our general watch list to see if anything's broken out. Okay, and what we can see is Vervain may have broken out already. Let's see. Vervain may have started to break out already. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. At least not on our watch list and not on our general watch list. Okay? So that's my analysis, guys. DXY is looking super volatile. It looks like it's breaking down. It's doing a lot of up and down. But eventually, I think the bigger move is, as I said, likely going to be a break of this level right here, which is representative of 103.8 or approximately. Okay, so we're looking for that to break down and for Bitcoin to break 17K. That's pretty much it. Guys, hope you're having a great day wherever you are. And I hope that you're well positioned to take advantage of whatever the big moves, whatever the next big moves are in crypto. Yeah, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.